cool. You're the boss.
Hello everyone, as you may or may not know, a new Genshin Impact character was recently released. And yes, I'm talking about Sethos. Say hi, Sethos.
Hello. I'm Sethos. What can I do for you?
This guide will include his best builds, teams and rotations. Let's get started. Sethos is our first hybrid DPS. You can change his playstyle depending on the situation. Now let's look at his kit. Normal attack performs up to 3 consecutive shots with a bow, usual stuff. But his charged attack is unique. It has 2 charge levels, just like Tignari for example. Charge level 1 fires off an arrow carrying the power of lightning that deals extra damage. Charge level 2 fires off a shadow piercing shot which can pierce enemies, dealing extra damage to enemies along its path. After the shadow piercing shot is fully charged, Sethos cannot move around. Now onto his elemental skill. Gathers the Might of Thunder, dealing AoE electro damage and quickly retreating. If this attack triggers any electro reaction, Sethos recovers a certain amount of elemental energy. This energy regeneration effect does not increase with talent levels. It gives you 12 energy and up to 3 electro energy particles per use. Now for his burst. Perform a secret rite, entering the Twilight Meditation state, during which Sethos' normal attacks will be converted into enemy piercing dusk balls. Deal electro damage to opponents in its path, with damage increased based on Sethos' elemental mastery. Sethos cannot perform aim shots while in this state. Damage dealt by dusk bolts is considered charged attack damage. This effect will be cancelled when Sethos leaves the field. This makes it so he gets a big buff to his normal attack shrink, making it so his arrows go through all the enemies along the path. His burst makes it so he gets a big buff to his normal attack shrink, making Sethos' arrows go through all the enemies along the path. His charged attacks do the same thing, but, and this is very important, Shadow Piercing Shot is different from Dusk Bolt. Why is it important? It's all because of his Ascension 5 talent. Sethos gains the Scorching Shade effect, increasing the damage dealt by Shadow Piercing shots by 700% of Sethos' elemental mastery. This effect is cancelled after you use his charged attacks 4 times or after 5 seconds the first time a charged attack hits an opponent. This effect triggers 15 seconds after your first charged attack hits an opponent. This effect does not apply to Dusk Bolts created by his burst, but it applies to his charged attacks. Now for his constellations. First constellation increases his charged attack critical rate by 15%. His second constellation gives you a 15% electro damage bonus for 10 seconds that can stack twice. His third constellation increases his normal attack level by 3. His fourth constellation gives him and the whole team 80 elemental mastery if you hit 2 or more opponents. His fifth constellation increases his burst level by 3. His sixth constellation makes it so the first charged attack you do does not consume energy. This allows Sethos to use his charged attack right before using his burst. Now, what talent should you upgrade? Sethos' skill damage is basically non-existent, so you can leave it at level 1, while both his burst and normal attacks are on the same level of importance. Level 8 is a good stopping point unless you want to min-max him. Now that you know Sethos' kit, we can go to his build options. Since all of his attacks count as charged attack damage, you don't need to swap his build depending on your playstyle. Sethos' best artifact sets are Wanderer's Troop, Gilded Dreams, and Thundering Fury. Why Thundering Fury? His skill damage is negligible. I've answered this question in the gameplay part of this guide. Also, Desert Pavilion Chronicle is technically his best option, but if you don't have Wanderer, please do not go farming for him. His best weapon is Hunter's Puff. It gives him massive crit rate and a big boost to his charged attack's damage. Slingshot is his second best option. Low base attack is not a problem, because Sethos primarily wants elemental mastery, and it gives him a lot of critical rate and damage bonus if you are close to the enemy. Aqua Simulacra is his third best option, because of its crit damage and consistent buffing. Now onto Sethos' best teams. Sethos is a character who's balanced around Dendro. This does not mean that you can't use him in other teams, but he will not be able to get to his full potential in non-Dendro teams. After playing him for a while, his 2 best teams are Quick Bloom and Aggravative with Fischl. His best Quick Bloom team consists of Sethos himself, Nahida, Baiju, and Furina. Nahida provides Dendro application and a massive elemental mastery buff to Sethos, while also dealing good damage herself. Furina provides a massive team-wide damage buff, her own personal damage, and Hydro application for Hyper Blooms. Baiju heals the whole team, enabling Furina's damage buff. Also, Baiju provides a small buff to Dendro reactions. In case you don't have some of those characters, there are good substitutes for them. You can use Dendro main character or Collie if you don't have Nahida. Yao Yao can be substituted for Baiju. In case you don't have Furina, you can always use Ilan or Shinchu. Now onto his aggravative team. It consists of Sethos, Baiju, Kazuha, and Fischl. This is a good aggravative team that all of you know. Sethos deals good damage himself and enables Fischl's Ascension 5 talent, which skyrocketters her damage. If you don't have or don't want to use Baiju, then you can use Kirara or Yao Yao instead. If you don't have Kazuha, Sucrose is a decent anemo option. Or if you choose to use Nahida, you can always change Kazuha to an anemo healer, for example Shanyun or Jin, or maybe even Silent. Also, I wanted to say that there is a unique team that uses Dori. It is not better than the two other teams that I mentioned, but it's pretty unique. It consists of Sethos, Nahida, Kazuha or Sucrose, and Dori. This is an interesting team because Dori is the only character who can heal the party and also give you flat energy. Also, if you are using Kazuha, you can self-swirl Electro because Dori applies Electro to yourself. Also, you can try to play Sethos with Tignari in one team as a sort of revolver type team. But sadly I don't have Tignari, so I can't test it out. As I already said, Sethos has two playstyles, and another one that combines the two. The first playstyle is revolved around his burst. Apply all the buffs, then use Sethos burst, then skill, and start attacking with his normal attacks. There are different combos that you can do. For example, you can do 3 normal attacks 3 times, and 2 additional attacks that all will be buffed by his burst. Sadly, if you use his elemental skill after his burst, you will not be able to finish his 4th normal attack string. You can also do 2 normal attacks, then dash 6 times. First normal attack string is slightly better, because at level 9 talents you are able to deal 1100 for 6.6% damage of his attack, while the second normal attack string allows you to only deal 1135.8% damage. But the difference is so minimum that it barely matters in gameplay. Technically speaking, if you are able to use his 2 normal attacks and wait for the animation to stop and then continue doing the first 2 normal attacks, you'll be able to deal the most damage, but it's very easy to get out of the rhythm. His second playstyle revolves around his charged attacks. This playstyle deals about the same amount of damage as his normal attacks based one, because of his Ascension 5 talent. The problem with this team is the fact that Sethos can shoot his charged attacks in a very short amount of time, which means that you need another character to not waste time while waiting for cooldowns, for example using Yaemika or Tignari instead of Fischl. Also, if you spam Sethos' charged attacks, he will only consume 10 energy per charged attack. This will allow him to do more charged attacks, which will trigger more aggravatives. And now onto the third playstyle, which is my favorite, but it can be tricky to play. In this playstyle you use his burst first, and after it ends you immediately start using his charged attacks if the enemy did not die. But wouldn't it make it so we have no energy for the next rotation? Well yes, if you use any other set than Thunder and Fury, or if you don't use Dori. Thunder and Fury allows him to use his elemental skill 3 times per rotation, at the start, at the middle and at the end, which gives you flat 36 energy and 6 to 9 electro particles, which allows you to use his charged attack at least 2 times. This playstyle also greatly benefits from characters that can help you regenerate your energy, be it Fischl, Dori, maybe even Electro main character. Also, Favonius weapons are amazing with this playstyle. The reason why I like this playstyle so much is because it allows you to use Sethos Keep to the full extent. You get buffs from both the burst and the Ascension 5 talent, which makes his damage skyrocket from good to amazing. This is the end of the guide. After playing Sethos for a while, I can say that he is now one of my favorite characters. He is fast and also feels rewarding to play. He feels somewhat similar to Cyno, but when Cyno needs a lot of field time, Sethos needs it less, and Eternate can make it so it's easier for you to play him. So in case you liked the video, you can always like it, share it to your friends, or maybe even subscribe to the channel. Also, if you have any suggestions for my channel, you can leave them in the comments. I'm not sure what type of videos I will be making in the future, but I hope that I'll be able to make different videos on different games I like. At the time of me writing the script, the banner that says this is on ends in 2 days. So in case you got interested in him, then you should make up your mind fast, because you never know when he will have a rare run. Why did I take so long to make this guide? I was hoping someone would make a guide that would mention his third playstyle option that I mentioned, but sadly no one has done it, so I chose to do things myself.